And I got way too many feels, way too much emotion. I don't even know what's real. I don't need to get along with your best friend, even better with your family. I go.
Hello friends, welcome to today's video, the first episode of my prep series. I know it is just as much of a surprise to you as it is to me because I was not planning on starting prep until a little bit later, but my coach and I made the decision to dig in now, and we'll just take things as we go, and it's gonna be a nice, slow and steady prep. So I'm super pumped, just because the slower that you diet, the more muscle that you are going to retain. And I wanted to film this entire intro video explaining my backstory, things you should know about competing before you judge people who do it, and before you even think about leaving any kind of mean comments, which I don't usually get those, but I know that maybe those people are out there. Maybe you don't know anything about competing and you just want to learn a little bit more. So I'm going to tell you my story and kind of how we are approaching things. So first off is the first time that I competed was October 2017. So by the time I compete again, I will have taken over 2 years off. And that is one, to grow muscle, which I did, and two, to give my body a rest, to get my metabolism back up to a place where it will respond, and work my food up. That way when I do diet, we have calories to pull from and my body will respond like a charm. Now I have been through multiple bulking and cutting phases, so I know what it takes for my body to respond. I'm in a pretty good position, especially as a natural athlete. I've never taken steroids or any performance enhancing drugs to help me gain muscle. I have just worked really fucking hard, and I'm here to show you that if you are someone who competes, you need to take time off. I get so tired of seeing people compete every 6 months. Your physique will not look different. If you really want to be competitive in this space, you need to take time off, you need to grow, and you need to bring a completely different package. So that's what I'm here to show you after 2 years of growing. But also it's really good to have a mental recharge, because I know after I stepped off stage, I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna do this again. Like, this was really hard. And then like the next day I was like, okay, I wanna do this again, but it's definitely gonna be a long, long time. So fast forward to now, and I was more than ready to flip that switch. I've been like bored kind of these last couple of months because yeah, I'm working toward gaining muscle, but I've just been ready to flip my switch, to jump into prep, and that's good, because that means I'm in a good place mentally to jump into a prep, and I'm so excited. Another thing is, I've only worked with one coach. My coach is Nick Tong. I knew I wanted to work with him before I ever even started taking fitness seriously. So we started working together during my prep for my last show, so we've been working together almost 2 years. This summer it'll be 2 years, and I know we're both really stoked to see what all we have built. So that is super exciting. I'm trying to think if there's any other disclaimers here I want to put. You're gonna see, I don't know how much I'm going to share in terms of like macros. I'm gonna show you like as much as I can, the highs and the lows and the feels, full days of eating, you know, things like that. But in terms of the details, like here's how much cardio I'm doing, here's my macros, I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to share, just because I don't ever want anybody to see what I'm doing and see what I look like and think that that's what you need to do to look like this, because everybody is so different. So there's that. Today is actually day 2 of prep. So yesterday I woke up and I wasn't quite sure if it was going to be day 1 of prep, because 2 days ago I checked in with my coach and he asked me how I felt about jumping into prep now and maybe just planning time for a diet break, which that's just a period of time where you pull your calories back up to give your body a rest, to give your mentality a rest, and, you know, see where we could go from there. And I was beyond ready. I was so hyped. I didn't even hesitate. I emailed him back in all caps and I was like, let's go, let's do it. So that's what we're doing. So yesterday was day 1. Woke up, hit a new low today. My body typically responds pretty well for quite some time. So we're just gonna be rolling slow and steady. But obviously I will be vlogging everything, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, so I guess maybe there will be questions about like, well, did you have like a cheat day or a cheat meal or anything before? Like, no, I didn't, because I didn't even know this was happening, but I don't care. Like, I very well could have asked my coach or told him, hey, I'm gonna take 1 more day, and I could have just balled out and eaten a ton of shit and then felt like shit and set myself back anyways. And I'm just over that. Like, I've had such a long off season that I have no desire to like do a 10K calorie challenge, which if you go back into past videos, you will see me saying that I was gonna do a 10K calorie challenge eventually. I changed my mind. I literally have no desire to do that. And I've enjoyed good food since I moved here in San Diego. I enjoy the food I eat that fits my macros on a daily basis. So I'm not, like, my mindset is just not in a place where I'm like, oh my god, I have to go binge and go crazy and get everything in before I flip this switch, because I don't know, I just don't want to, which is awesome, because after you prep, especially your first time, which I've only been through it once, but I can speak from experience, your relationship with food is going to be fucked up. It is inevitable. And I was really scared that I would never get back to a point where I wasn't so obsessed with food, or like wanting to binge on like donuts and shit. So yeah, just know if you are in that spot, it's temporary. You will get through it. You just have to work through it, and it takes time. So yeah, I didn't have like a last supper or a final meal or anything. I actually need to go like clean out the pantry and like the freezer with like my cookies and shit. I just need to throw them away, because I'm never gonna eat them while I'm on prep, and prep is about to be a substantial amount of time. I'm not gonna say show dates yet. I'm not gonna say how many weeks out I am or anything like that. But obviously when we get closer, I will share that. I am gonna create a highlight on my Instagram with progress photos. I'm still kind of figuring out how I wanna like label it, because I don't wanna put like X number of weeks out. So yeah, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go over there. There's a lot of behind the scenes, but I do plan on keeping quite a bit of prep content on here. But I'm so excited. Like, I have not been this excited about something in a long freaking time. Like, I'm just so ready to bring on the shreds, bring on the prep feels. There's gonna be highs, there's gonna be lows. It's not gonna be easy, but I'm ready, man. So I just wanted to film this entire disclaimer, intro kind of thing. That way I can refer you back to this if you like jump in the middle of my prep series and you're like, oh my god, what is she doing? Come back to this video and watch this. So yeah, you saw my first weigh. I guess yesterday was technically my first weigh-in, so I started prep at 148.0 yesterday, and then today you saw my new low weigh-in at 147.2, so down 0.8. That's not all fat loss. That's probably majority water weight, so nothing to get too hyped up about, but this is a slow and steady process, and like I said, I've been through it multiple times, so I kind of know how it goes. I know what to do when things get hard, and I will be sharing all my tips with you along the way. So like I said, I'm pumped. You saw my breakfast this morning, same breakfast. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. Not a lot changes for me when I flip the switch going into a dieting phase, whether it's prep or mini cut. With prep, the only thing that changes really is, besides a food drop, is I do track everything, but in the off season I don't track my spinach. I don't track my whipped cream on my pancakes at the end of the night, like just little things like that. I think that might be the only 2 things. and I didn't like measure the almond milk that I was putting in my coffee, which it took me a long time to get to that point, by the way, but you gotta allow yourself that mental flexibility. You can look at a cup of coffee and know how much almond milk to put in it, you know what I mean? Like I used to be very neurotic, but it's important to have that flexibility in the off season, so when we do flip the prep switch, we can be all in. So, oh, and I started tracking my fish oil pills, my first PHORM full mega. So like, it's just little things like that that I'm gonna be more meticulous about. But otherwise, not much changes. I already drink over a gallon of water a day. I already eat my micronutrients. I already space my meals out. I already know how to fuel myself for workouts. So not a ton changes. I've done this enough to know where to make food swaps and make it fit. And like, yeah, you're gonna be hungry sometimes, but that just means your metabolism is working. You should be more worried when you're not hungry, because then you're probably stalling. So anyways, I know this clip is a little bit long, but we're just gonna roll into today's vlog. I don't think I'm gonna make this anything special with prep. I just wanted to like announce it, say, hey, we're doing it. And we have plans for this afternoon. Some very exciting plans. So I will show you what we get into and anything else along the way. I actually might make a recipe too, so we'll see about that. But thank you for watching this, and hopefully this makes everything make sense, and maybe you know a little bit more about competing now, so you won't have to look at what I'm doing and be like, yo, why is she only eating like not a lot of carbs, or whatever the case may be. So there's that, and I'm gonna go now. So I will catch you on the flip side. Something else I wanted to add that I was just thinking about that I forgot to tell you earlier is, as I get deeper into prep, I want you to realize that this is not normal. This is extreme, and people who prep for competitions, for bodybuilding competitions, have to go to extreme levels to get extremely lean. So once I get to that point where I'm like pretty lean, which I know right now I'm like lifestyle lean, okay, I know that. But I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to look very small, very skinny, and just know that it's an extreme. And I wanted to put that disclaimer here because, again, I don't want anybody thinking like, oh, I have to be on really low food and a lot of cardio to reach my goals, because you don't. As like a lifestyle client or person who wants to lose a little bit of body fat, you do not need to just slash your calories and throw a ton of cardio at yourself. There's a way to diet. It is slow and steady. It is working with your body, not against it. And I really recommend hiring a coach who knows what they're doing to help you with that if you are stuck. Do not just drop your calories to like 1,200 and do an hour of cardio every day, because by making that big of a jump, your body's gonna go into survival mode. It's not gonna respond, and it's not gonna burn fat. So you're just wrecking your metabolism in the long run. So there's your dieting 101. I just wanted to throw that in here before I forget. And that's all for now. We are officially off to go get something.
A special something.
Let's give them some hints.
Have you told them?
No.
Oh!
And I'm not even gonna title the video about it. So if you're watching, you're real. But we should give them some hints. Maybe.
Once you get it, you have it forever.
It's a permanent thing, and we're going to get it.
We're gonna go get that permanent bread.
We're going to get this permanent croissant. All right. So if you know what it is by now, comment below before you see. Well, we'll see if you're right. All right, so Lexi and Katie are trying on different sizes here.
Oh, I kind of like that one. Let me see.
Pretty. They're getting the same tattoo. They're getting a lotus.
Yeah, I fuck with that size. Oh, sorry, can I cuss?
No, yeah, go for it.
I fuck with it.
Okay, so we just finished my first tat. But here is what I got. I don't know how well you can see it because of lighting, but got that triangle. Let's come over here.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay.
How freaking cool, right? I love. My arm looks like a noodle right now, but whatever. There's Katie. Here's what Katie got. Looks so bomb. Lex is currently getting hers done. She's slaying. We're all killing it.
All killing it.
And I'm just very proud of us for overcoming some fears today.
Oh my god.
But I'm about to go for round 2, so stay tuned. All right, so we are home now because, you know, I didn't want to like throw off my tattoo artist's vibe. I didn't want him to be all stressed if we were like vlogging up close, but you just got a little sneak peek on accident. Went round 2. This one I can show you without a mirror. There, it has like the clear bandage on it, obviously. It's like kind of bleeding, but that is what we got. So this is called a unilome, and I guess since I showed you the tattoos, I should probably explain the meaning behind them. And I don't feel like I have to or anything, but basically the triangle, I have always been a huge fan of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, Maslow's. I've taken psychology before, I don't know really how you say it, but it's always been my jam just in terms of like, when you have anxiety, the best thing to do is like go outside, get some fresh air, drink some water, and like that's the first level of the hierarchy of needs if you are familiar. And then it just builds up from there based on things that you need, obviously. So the first one's like shelter and safety, the next one's like relationships, you know, food, stuff like that. So I just really like that concept, and it really applies to everything in my life. So that is the meaning behind the triangle. I also like that a triangle means change, and I have come a long way with change, so I like to embrace change now, and change is the only constant, if you've ever heard that oxymoron. So I really like that interpretation behind it as well. And then for the unilome, so sorry, it's like kind of bleeding, sorry if that's gross to you. But I was gonna get it on my finger, but he was saying how it might not heal very well and finger tattoos fade and stuff. So for today, I was like, let's just get one on, you know, my arm, obviously. But basically the twists and turns symbolize like, you know, life, like ups and downs, and, you know, you're gonna have highs and lows and all of that, which if you follow me at all, you know that's like something I preach. And then at the end, the straight line and the 3 dots represent, you know, when you reach your highest self, when you reach alignment or self, or when you reach enlightenment. And this is actually like Buddhist. I'm not Buddhist, but that's like where the unilome meaning comes from. So that's the meaning behind the 2 tattoos that I got. And I've wanted both of these for quite some time, so it was not just like some on a whim decision to go get tatted, but I'm just really glad that I did it. Like, I didn't know what to expect, obviously. I like to think I have a high pain tolerance, and like, yeah, it hurts, but it's not unbearable by any means. Obviously, it's gonna depend where you get a tattoo on your body, but yeah, I'm just really proud, really happy, and Lexi and Katie got the lotuses like I showed you, so I think we're all just like real jazzed. That was Lexi's first tattoo, and mine, obviously, so yeah, it was a good day. Time to let these bad boys heal. And I think I'm gonna wrap the video up here just because I know I talked quite a bit earlier about prep, and yeah, just lots of good stuff happening right now. So I'm feeling good, and that is what I got for you. So as always, if you watched until now, I'm taking all my good vibes, I'm sending them your way. If you could give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell before you leave, that would be dope, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!
Oh,